Think of it this way, sis. A human brain is like a set of kitchen drawers. Cutlery is placed in one drawer, the napkins in another, and so on. So use the same model. When you are nursing, open the motherhood section. When you are writing, pop open the novelist one. Simple, change the drawer, use the other. No confusion, no contradictions, no fretting. All thanks to winnowing.
64,000 is the median number of words per book. Average person reads about 200 words per minute. Simple math will tell us that is one book in 320 minutes. To accomplish this in 7 days, numbers say you would have to read for 45 minutes a day. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification button, like, comment, and share. Enjoy.
Welcome to the Book of the Week series. Every week as I read another amazing title, I share it with the world. My name is Igor S.F. Walker. Today we look at Black Milk on Motherhood and Writing by Elif Shafak. So how about you slow down and relax? Reduce all that noise for just a bit. Make that choice and decide to listen. In this video, we look at the affecting and beautifully written memoir on motherhood and on writing. Postpartum depression affects millions of new mothers every year, and like most of its victims, Elif Shafak never expected to be one of them. She reveals how she struggled to overcome her depression and how literature provided the salvation she actually so desperately needed. So stick around till the end. I will share with you some tools I do have and use that will help you tremendously in this game of life. Discover a way to find out what actually motivates you, what innate human need is driving all of your decisions and your behavior. I will share some tools to improve your self-awareness and social awareness, self-management and relationship management. What is the use of asking rhetorical questions when it is a well-known fact that everyone hears only what they want to hear? Envy is not a simple emotion, mind you, but a deeply philosophical dilemma. It is so important, in fact, that it shapes world history. Jean-Paul Sartre said all sorts of racism and xenophobia stem from envy. Envy lies at the root of our existential angst. Look at the history of mankind, of wars, of destructions. You know what they said when World War I broke out? The war that will end all wars. Of course, that didn't happen. Every name is a magic formula. The letters dance together, each with their own spin and with their own charm, each an unknown as much as the other, and together they concord the mystery that the name holds. Like sorcerers in the dark, adding letter upon letter, ingredient after ingredient, the language that we are known by puts a spell on us. Our names, there are names that help us soar high in the sky. There are names that weigh on our shoulders and slowly pull us down. Men live without ever feeling the need to change their family names. Their credentials are given to them at birth. Settled and stable. They inherit their surnames from their fathers and grandfathers, and they pass it on to their children and grandchildren. As for women, whether they know it or not, they are name nomads. Their surnames are here today, gone tomorrow. Throughout their lives, women fill out official forms in different ways. apply for new passports, design several signatures. They have one last name when they're young girls and another upon marriage. They go back to their maiden names if they get divorced, though sometimes they retain their ex-husband's family names for practical purposes, which does not necessarily make things easier. And then they adapt an altogether a different name if they do get remarried. See, life shrinks and expands in proportion to one's courage. It dawns upon me that I do not know myself very well. Throughout my adult life, I have favored certain voices inside me at the expense of the others. How many inner voices are there that I had yet to meet? Women writers are affected by the Oedipus complex more than you would think. Did you know, for instance, why Santi Soysal became a novelist? She actually began to write at age 8 because she was jealous of her father's affection for her mother. She saw her mother, and then through her writing and imagination, she actually wanted to win her father's favor. Every child wants to rejoin her mother's body. Now, this is an impossible wish. That oneness, of course, is long gone, severed forever. But the child cannot help longing for it. The symbolic order represented by the father awaits the individual who cannot rejoin his mother's body. In order to survive in this order, we suppress our imagination, we temper our desires, we learn to be normalized. No matter how hard we try, however, our imagination can never be stifled. In the most inopportune places and at the oddest times, it surfaces. The mother's semiotic rises against the father's symbolic order. Kristeva talks about 3 ways for a child to create her identity. First, to identify with the father and the symbolic. Second, to identify with the mother and the semiotic. Third, to find a shaky balance in between. The things we lack in life, such as blue eyes, a muscular body, or conversational eloquence, might just help us to develop other qualities that are dormant inside. Many talents are born in the shadows out of necessity. This search for perfect babies misses the surprising wall of oddities, coincidences, and absences in our personal development. If you want to destroy something, be it a blemish or acne or the human soul, all you need to do is surround it with walls. It will dry up. You're so used to doing something all the time. Not to have to do anything terrifies you. But it is, in fact, calming to do nothing. Do not worry, your body knows what to do. As do the babies, as does the universe. All you have to do is just surrender. Do you know that the Sufis believe that the world is a mother's womb, and we're all babies in a womb? When the time comes, we have to leave the world. We know this, but we do not want to leave for the fear that when we die, we will cease to exist. But death is actually a birth. If we could only understand this, we wouldn't be scared of anything. Imagining the world as one big womb, and the billions of us human beings of all races and religions waiting to be born into another life has a calming effect on my nerves. Dorothy Parker, Audre Lorde, and Sandra Sinceros, women who refuse to identify female creativity with reproduction, and then pursued their writing with passion. We learn from them to look with a new perspective into the making of womanhood, sisterhood, and manhood, respectively. Reading their works wakes up our souls, pierces our shell of our daily habits. Learning more about their lives makes us realize that cultural predispositions that have been bred in each and every one of us since every childhood are neither incontestable nor unchangeable. True, the three of them led different lives and came from different backgrounds, but there is one thing they do have in common. They did not take gender roles and barriers for granted. They questioned the established norms. Most important, they've changed the world by changing themselves first. Is that what depression is all about? The sinking feeling that your connection to God is broken and you are left to float on your own in a liquid black space like an astronaut who has been cut loose from his spaceship and all that linked him to Earth. Quickly, I assessed the new situation. Centralization of authority under a dictator. The suppression of alternate voices via violence. Systematic usage of propaganda. Absolute obedience to the leader. All the signs are here. Political scientists have widely analyzed the connection from fascism and economic depression. In my case, there's a connection between fascism and psychological depression. Now, I know that after oligarchy and martial law, after monarchy and anarchy, the days of fascism have arrived. Today it is a well-known fact that many mothers go through this emotional turbulence in the early stages of motherhood, yet only a few actually get to meet Lord Poton. Most women come across his young innocent nephew, and then there are a small number of women who unfortunately run into his nasty uncle. Number one, baby blues. Poton's nephew. Baby blues is a low-key emotional imbalance that may occur immediately after the delivery, a harmless and a frequent visitor to maternity ward. Poton's nephew is not regarded as a serious problem. Number two, postnatal psychosis. Poton's uncle. This is the most dangerous and alarming psychological transformation that a new mother can go through. Those who come into contact with Lord Poton's uncle can end up harming themselves, their children, and their surroundings. It does require long-term and serious medical therapy to get rid of him. And number three, postpartum depression, Lord Poton. As the Lord of the Jinn, he's estimated to appear to 1 out of 10 new mothers. Usually he pays his first visit within 4 to 6 weeks after the delivery. He looks simple and innocent at first, but gradually reveals his true colors. Writing novels, composing stories, creating and destroying characters is a game followed by those who refuse to grow up. Even though the game takes place on paper, the possibility of playing it over and over and over again helps you forget your own mortality. The spoken word perishes and the written word remains, or so we would like to think. It gives comfort against the fleetingness of life. A novelist believes somewhere deep down inside that she or he is immortal. And faith is an important part of being a writer. You come to believe so intensely in the stories you do create that the outside world at times will seem dull and inconsequential. Today, we do not speak or write much about the face of motherhood that has been left in the shadows. Instead, we thrive on two dominant teachings: the traditional view that says motherhood is our most sacred and significant obligation, and we should give up everything else for this duty. And the modern women's magazine view that portrays the quintessential superwoman who has a career and a husband and children and is able to satisfy everyone's needs at home and at work. As different as these two views seem to be, they do have one thing in common. They both focus solely on what they want to see, disregarding the complexity and intensity of motherhood and the way in which it transforms a woman and her crystal heart. Not to say that we agree on every issue, but by listening, not just talking, we are learning the art of coexistence. We now know that to exist freely and equally, we do need one another. And that when even one voice is enslaved, none can be actually free. Together we are learning how to live right and love to the fullest by simply being all of who we truly are. Sometimes we manage this beautifully and artlessly. Sometimes we fail ridiculously. When we do fail, we do remember the moments of harmony and grace, and we try again. That pretty much is the pattern of my progress in life. Take a step forward, move on, fall down, stand up, go back to walking, trip over and fall down on my face again, pull myself up, keep walking. And there you have it, black milk. Now please do help out. It is easy. Simply like this video so more people can enjoy it. Share it too and spread the word. Leave a comment and share your thoughts. Subscribe to my channel and stay up to date. And the link to this book is in the description below. So buy it, read, never stop learning, especially learning about yourself and nature. So gift yourself by taking the free human needs test on my website. Find out what actually motivates you, what innate human need is driving all of your decisions and your behavior. And if you feel you are ready to improve your self-awareness and your social awareness, your self-management and your relationship management even further, do check out my Master of Life Awareness program. The links are in the description below. Thank you. Love and respect.